Hi everyone, welcome back. Thank you for being here with me, and I am so excited for this video. So if you have been following along on this channel or on my other social media or through my newsletter, I was selected as this year's poster artist for Artigras 2026 that is happening February 14th and 15th. And today I finally get to show you the actual painting. Now, as I talk through the painting, I'll tell you a little bit more about it. But for now, just know I started doing art shows 2019, and Artigras was my first show as an emerging artist. And since then, I have grown so much as a person, as an artist. We have built this community together, and it culminated in a point where they asked me to be the poster artist, and now I get to share that with you, this community that we have built over the years. So I'm super happy about it. I'll explain kind of my thought process going through it. If you've been following along, you've seen some of the other paintings I made as testers that they did not choose, and this is the one that they chose. So without further ado, I'll show you this painting, and then I will kind of come back throughout the video and we'll talk a little bit more. So, all right, here we go. So this one was already a painting day, and I had done a couple of other paintings. You've seen some of them before that they did not select for the poster. But when I first was selected to be the poster artist, I will say I was freaking out a little bit. I was trying to decide what to do, what size to do, what colors, and almost all the other paintings I made were blue and beachy because that was their normal theme, and some of them didn't work out, some of them you've already seen, and at this point I had already been painting for quite a bit in my studio, and I just decided, you know what, Molly? Just do something that you love, that is fun and that's colorful, that you know works, and you can just kind of reset. And so that's where this painting came in. And I was doing rainbow colors, and I just wanted to just do something that was fun. I did have intention behind this one. So when I first started Artigras in 2019, I think I had 3,000 subscribers on YouTube, which was a lot for me. I don't even know if I had started my Instagram yet. I think I had just started it. I wasn't even really on Facebook at the time. I don't think I even had a business page, but I was just enjoying my art, but I was just making it for myself, really. And one of my friends said, you should definitely apply to Artigras. And I did, and I got in, and I remember I was so excited. And it was such a whirlwind of just emotion and nervous excitement. And after that, it was really like a breath of fresh air. It was like a sigh of relief because it made me realize that other people actually enjoy my art and other people wanted it in their homes. And it was a very successful show for me. And it was really a jumping off point to really put myself out there and try to make some type of name for myself. And it played a very big role in me continuing to do shows and continuing to sell my art. And so to me, that felt like the rainbow after the storm. And so I think that it's very fitting that this was the painting that was selected. And I also really tried with this painting to interconnect all of the pieces together. So I really focused on my composition on this one, where the colors flowed, because I think that that is how we are as people, this community that we have grown together, this art community, all of the other great artists that are here. I feel that we are all interconnected. And through social media and through these shows and exhibiting my art, I have made connections with people across the world that I would never have had. I, talk with people on a regular basis. I listen to and read your comments and your emails, and it helps me feel connected. And so that was another big portion of this. I wanted this to be a winding road of energy and color that flowed all the way through the canvas, because that is how all of you make me feel. You make me feel interconnected with you all. So I am so happy with how this one actually came out, because it was exactly what I wanted to convey. There is a starting point, and that starting point flows all the way through the canvas, and it's kind of, the color swooshes off of the canvas and it leaves interpretation for the unknown. So that color, I hope, translates and flows all the way through to you and continues going forever. I decided to use those rainbow colors because I absolutely love them, and it is such a fun painting and such a great energy. I was really, really happy with how this one came out. I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video, and I will have some additional videos of the poster release, so make sure you stick around for those. But I just wanted to say again, thank you to everybody for your support. All right, I need to have you back here in order to see it. So I am so happy with how this turned out. I can take you in this way, and then I'll take you in a little bit closer to see more of the details. I was so nervous to present this painting to them. I gave them options. I gave them 4 different, I made probably about 15 paintings, but I gave them options for 4 that I took there. Some were beachy, some were ocean inspired, and this is the one they chose, which is completely different than, I would say, anything else they've had as an Artigras commemorative poster. I just want to say thank you to Artigras, and thank you to the North Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce, and to all the sponsors of the art festival. It has truly changed my life, and to be a part of it in this way means absolutely so much to me. Thank you to all of you who have supported me through this. This is kind of a milestone in my art career for me, so much, much appreciated. This one will get auctioned off for donation to them. So hopefully this goes to a loving home at some point in time. And I will have more information. You'll see some of the other videos now that I can start releasing them. You'll see some more of the videos of the ones that they didn't choose, and I cannot be happier. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy painting. Bye. Now that you've seen the painting, and yes, it is a swipe, a rainbow swipe, I wanted to talk a little bit about how I kind of came to this. So this was back in March of this past year, 2025. They asked me to be the poster artist, and I said yes. I was super excited about it. And so back around, I would say, July, I started making some plans. I went in and met with them at the office. I asked what they wanted, because you really are the kind of the face of Artigras, of the art show, and they make prints of the painting. I was so nervous because they didn't really have bunch of artists that were kind of super abstract that didn't have actual subjects in their artwork. So I really wanted to still have meaning and intention behind the painting, which I think I conveyed if you listened as I talked through the actual painting. There's a lot of meaning in that painting for me, even though it just kind of looks like one of my regular swipes that I do. But I talked with them, and originally we were going to go with something ocean themed. So I worked on a lot of blues. I even tried to swipe a couple oceans that ended up being jellyfish. And there were a bunch of different techniques that I tried that you didn't even make it to a video because they didn't turn out. But I did those taped off ocean kind of looking ones. So I ended up taking 4 pieces back to them and I let them choose. And the one that they chose was this rainbow one that was completely different than all of the other ones. But in looking back at it, I was working so hard and trying so hard at all of the other ones. The rainbow painting was the one I feel like had the most intention and actually made me the happiest because I kind of went back to my roots of what I love to do. And so I'm really happy that that is the one that they decided to choose. And I feel like it's pretty fitting because I always feel like a hurricane has come through my studio and like a big storm has come through. And I feel like this painting really encompasses kind of that feeling of relief that you have after the storm is over and the rainbow has come out, and just that energy and that vibe and that feeling that you have that's really just happiness. And that's always how I feel when I'm at Artigras. I get to meet a lot of you, and people come and see me, and it's just such an energetic and exciting and fun time to be able to share my artwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. You know, I've been doing Artigras for years now, and being in the Emerging Artist Program, it meant so much to me. And to have this offered and to be selected to be a poster artist and to have abstract artwork and fluid artwork out there for everyone to see, it means a lot to me. And I just wanted to say I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, we're super proud to have you this year.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much. This is Brian with the North Palm Beach Chamber of Commerce, and they put on Artigras and Art Fest by the Sea. So if you haven't gone to any of those yet, even if you're traveling into Florida to see them, make sure you come. It has a bunch of amazing artists there, and I just have the best time there every year. So much inspiration, and I just wanted to say again, thank you.
Thank you.
She is a local artist who began her journey with, how do you say that, Ron? Artigras. All right, sorry, I'll stick with the West Coast, LA Artigras. Artigras is one of our emerging artists, Molly, and tonight she will be unveiling her official poster. With that, please welcome Molly Leach to the stage.
Woo!
She has a few words.
Oh, Molly!
Few words before the unveiling, so here's Molly.
Thank you. So I just wanted to say thank you so much to Artigras, to Tampa General, and to everyone, Brian, the whole crew, and Stuart, my husband, everybody that was here to support me. I started Artigras as an emerging artist, so shout out to the Cultural Council and the emerging artists once again. It really is a kickstart for some artist careers, and I will say it definitely played a part in mine. So I did that in 2019. I have had the privilege of being accepted into the show each year after that. And this year they asked me to be the poster artist. And at first I said, me? Are you sure? So I am very, very happy. This piece that you're going to see is all about the kind of calm after the storm. So this is a very colorful rainbow piece that I created to symbolize the rainbow that comes out after a heavy storm. And I think that everyone needs a little bit of color and kind of energy in their life. And this piece really, to me, evokes that energy that I feel every year getting ready for Artigras. So I appreciate you all. Thank you so much.
Oops, excuse me. All right, thank you, Molly. And now, this is the moment you've all been waiting for. We're going to count down together. We'll start with 10, kind of like the New Year's ball thing. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Woo! Take a good look. That is just unbelievable, Molly. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Please, let's have another round of applause for our talented artist, Molly Leach.
Go, Molly!
All right.
So they have the poster reveal, and then they do that, and that's at like a little party. So I will also show you, or what you just saw was that part of it as well. And so they make a print of it, and then I have the original painting. The original painting will go off for auction. And then I said a few words. It was my first time actually getting into a magazine. So I felt like a model, like we did an actual photo shoot in my studio. And so I'll be able to share like some of those pictures, but it was Signature City magazine. So thank you to the City of Palm Beach Gardens. Thank you to to Tampa General Hospital for putting on Artigras. Thank you to the Palm Beach North Chamber of Commerce, and thank you to Brian and the entire team for believing in me. And thanks to all of you as well, because I really wouldn't be here without you. I know I say that quite often, but you all mean so much to me, and it meant a lot to me to be able to share this with you. So I talked with them. I gave a little talk. They like showed the poster and the painting. And then I ended up doing a news interview. I have more news interviews coming up. So it's been a whirlwind. It's going to continue to be a whirlwind until Artigras actually happens. But I am so appreciative to everyone. The Cultural Council puts on the Emerging Artist every year. So I wanted to say thank you to them too. But it really has just been an amazing journey, and I can't believe I'm here. It's kind of like a pinch me type moment, and I hope that something like this happens for one of you as well, and hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for all of your support always. Happy painting.